So where now for Brendon, Rob, ECB, England?
Well, the project's over, isn't it?
Is it? But Baz is still there.
Yes.
It's Baz Ball and Baz is still there.
Well, yeah, the project doesn't work if it's not Baz and Ben, does it? It was
Brooke?
it was a Baz. Is Brooke going to be Test captain? It's not totally sure that he is. I mean, they're going to think about it. I suspect he will be, but they're going to think about it. Baz and Brooke really are busy mates, aren't they? And they're. But the Bazball project in its original inception it's done, isn't it? It's been put to sleep.
Which is funny because they did actually bat in this game completely Bazball again, didn't they, in this last test? Like they went back to it in both innings. It was one of their fastest ever innings in the whole Bazball in the first knock. And then in the second knock, they had, they went nuts.
They did what they did.
Yeah. But they went for it in both innings. So they're still there are still factions of it holding on. It felt like Stokes was one at the end who was pulling away from Bazball, though, right?
That's what I mean. Like it was Stokes go slow in Brisbane or whenever it was. That seemed to be the final parting of the ways between Baz
I'm not saying
Ben.
They're not going to continue to bat like that. I think it's just that the whole vibe, joy is gone. The whole how they were at the start, which was very much we're going to awful reinventing Test cricket, is gone because they just don't have the same players. They didn't seem to me. I don't know what you thought. It didn't seem to me like there's real unity within the dressing room. They've got different players, a load of inexperienced players, some who are not going to be able to work with that sort of kind of do what you like environment because it needs quite a lot of direction. And I also think those above Baz are going to go, enough now, enough. Let's stop pretending that we're reinventing Test cricket. Can you just play a bit more like the Kiwis did? And there's a lot to be learned from how they played.
I don't see it that way. If Brendon and Brooke stay, I can't see anything any other way than just this Bazball on steroids chaos.
Can they afford to get rid of McCullum?
You mean monetarily wise?
I mean just in money.
They can afford it. Whether they want to, they have got money in the bank.
Because if they were going to do it,
they can use the 100 money.
Because if they're going to do it, they have to do it right now. Because when the Ashes and the World Cup are, there's no point waiting to see how Pakistan goes or how the one days against. Like it really needs to happen now.
I mean, there is a scenario where he's not Test coach anymore and he's just white ball coach. Yeah. Whether he'd be all right with that, I think I might dent his ego, mightn't it? But there is a scenario now where he's not Test coach and he's just white ball coach.
It would be funny if he ended up with that because that's what they
originally
wanted him for, right? And he was the one who wanted to be Test coach.
But that would make more sense though, wouldn't it? Because then you can have the Baz, Brooke, Bazball, white ball, all of that.
Yep.
And then that might free Baz up to head off to the IPL. Maybe that's how it would be with Brooke, in purple.
I just think we're getting to the point, and people are starting to realise you just can't do the whole job. It's too much. It actually will be too much for Harry Brooke, I think, doing all of it. You could bring in someone like Andy Flower, who a lot of people are mentioning, and allow him to do his other contracts because the Test schedule allows you to do that. Yeah. So there is a scenario where we now go back to two coaches. That brings with it its own conflicts because remember last time Andy Flower did it, it didn't go very well because you have a fight over players, don't you?
Yeah, but he's not that Andy Flower anymore, to be fair. If I'm Andy Flower though, and I've just won a couple of titles with RCB, I don't think I'm rushing back to the England job at the moment.
I don't think the England job's that attractive.
That's what I mean. Well,
the money must be.
New owners for RCB as well, very powerful people. Like if I'm those owners, I'm like, why do you want to do this? We've set up something good here. I would give him even more money to keep him around.
Also, they could just say no.
Yeah.
Right. Would you think that Baz is going to be the coach for that first Pakistan test?
Ooh.
Caveat: we're recording this on Tuesday, the 30th of June. This has been a story that has changed every day for the last month.
By the time we come out of this studio, it might have changed.
What did you make of Brendon's post-match press conference? there's been a lot of politicians speak from Rob, Baz, and even Ben over the last few weeks. But that, again, for me, sounded like a guy that maybe was positioning himself to get a payoff.
Yeah, and ultimately it won't be his decision. And I think where we are today, we've got a Women's World Cup, and England are in the semi-finals on Thursday. There's a final on Sunday. I think the ECB want to just go, could we just concentrate on the women for a week, and then we'll have a think.
And there's a men's white ball series as well, which starts.
I think they'll just go, okay, let's just everyone have a breath.
Yeah, for sure.
And then they've got a bit of time. But I do think they will have discussions over the next couple of weeks and go, are we going to pull the plug?
I think if Stokes hadn't retired, one of Baz and Key would already be gone. And I think it would be Key. I think Key was, if I'm reading the tea leaves from where I am, like, you know, I'm not, Lizzie's more of a news reporter, but from the various people I spoke to, it felt like Key was like inches away, and then suddenly Ben retired, and everyone was like, "Oh, okay," because you don't suddenly want to look like you're panicking. They are panicking, but they don't want to look like it too much.
I genuinely think Key was seriously considering whether he wanted to step down, perhaps with a little bit of a shove, but mostly because I think genuinely he was thinking, "Have I done it? Have I taken this? You know, is it all falling apart? Can I just not do any more? It's all a bit of a mess." You know, let's remember that guy. He wasn't very well. You know, he had a mini stroke not that long ago. Does he need? And he looks like he's aged about 30 years in the last 3 weeks.
And he looked like he was born 35.
Yeah. So I do think we were close to Key going, and I still think we might be close to Key going.
I don't think Key will be around by the first test, but that means they have to make a decision on Baz as well. That means that's 3 people that they have to replace. Think about this from a recruitment structure as well. Like, it's not a particularly easy. If your CEO, your CTO, and your COO all disappear at the same time, it's tough, right? And that's kind of where they'll be ending up.
This is a lot of chickens coming home to roost of not having succession plans in place, particularly with the captain. Yeah. They just didn't think about it, did they? They just didn't think, is Harry really our man? And now I think they're thinking, is he really our man? Yeah. But who are they? There aren't options.
Sam Northeast.
Clearly.
Stokes clearly backed Brooke to take over.
Yeah. 100%, he said.
But nobody else seems to be. No. So England have got themselves into a pickle here. But whilst the...
Remember when Ollie Pope was vice-captain?
Well, that's not a bad shout. Do you think that a decision has been made about Rob and Brendon?
I think they have made a decision that Rob will go. Is my guess. I don't think they've decided when they will announce that, is my guess.
I think they had made a decision that Rob was going to go. I think they've now put a pause. Well, just put a pause on it.
I don't think they've decided he will stay. They just haven't decided to implement it.
He hasn't pulled the trigger on himself, or they pulled the trigger on it, basically. I think they've just gone, okay, this is chaos. Let's just not have any more.